Hi, want to know how to find and manage display settings on your Vivo X100 Pro? So, as a first step, we would need to open settings on our phone, and here we can immediately see this display and brightness tab. So, let's click on it. First thing that we can see here is the brightness that we can adjust manually with the help of our finger. So, if we will put our finger on this line and then pull it to right side, the brightness will increase, and to the left side, it will decrease. So, let's leave it somewhere in the middle. Next thing that we got here is adaptive brightness, and this feature is automatically changing the brightness based on your environment. So next thing is eye protection. If we will click on it, here we can enable this feature, and you can see how the screen immediately become yellowish. That's become blue colors, or at least cold colors are kind of hard on eyes, and your eyes will fastly get tired. So the yellow color is making your screen more comfortable for your eyes, and they won't get tired that fastly as always. So here we can also adjust the intensity. This is strong, and if we will switch it to other side, this is weak. Here we can also choose smart eye protection or just basic eye protection. And here we can also set a schedule for this mode, which can be sunset to sunrise or turns on at custom time. Here we also got anti-fatigue brightness, which means when outer brightness is turned on, the screen brightness will be gradually adjusted according to the screen's on duration and the degree of eye strain, relieving your eye fatigue. So if you would like to, you can also enable this feature. Now let's disable it and move on. Next thing that we got here is a dark theme. So as you can see, currently we are at light one, and if we will enable it, most of the applications will be shown in dark or just black colors. Here we also got screen timeout, which is the time after which, when your screen is not used, your phone will automatically turn off. We got here options from 15 seconds up to 10 minutes, but always remember, the bigger the screen timeout is, the more it drains the battery. So let's set 1 minute and move on. Next thing that we got here is auto rotate screen, and I think most of you know this feature. So as you can see, it's enabled, and if I'll rotate my phone like this in browser or any other app that supports auto rotate, the screen will be also rotated horizontally. So let's move on to the next feature, which is screen colors. As you can see here, we got three options, which is standard, professional, or bright. You can see the difference according on the demonstration photo, which is looking on each mode different. So let's stay on the standard, and here we also got adapt to ambient light color temperature feature, and if you would like to, you can enable it by clicking on it like this. Can also see a little difference. Here we can also see color temperature adjustment, and here we also got preset ones, which is warm color or cold color, or we can set our custom by moving the circle around the color palette. But I'll still stay on the default and move to the next feature. Here we got font and display size. On this tab, we would be able to change the font size by clicking on this line. You can see that we got here options from small up to extra large, which is the largest, or we can also do it with the help of these letters on the side. So let's leave it on large and move on. Next thing that we got here is display size, which is making everything bigger or smaller. We can also adjust it with the help of these two edge buttons. Plus is making the things on your screen larger, and the minus is making them smaller. Here we also got feature as bold text, which is making all of the text on your phone more noticeable. And here we also got high contrast text, which is making all of the texts also more noticeable, but a little bit by a different way. So let's disable it and move on to the next thing. Here we got font style, where we would be able to go to the application which is named Themes, and here we can choose default or classic, or click on this button download more and go to find some more interesting fonts for our phone. Next thing that we got here is a status bar, and here status bar is this thing that you can see at the upper part of your phone. Here you can see see the notification method, display real-time network speed, and also battery style and percentage. So here you can see all of these settings. Now let's move on. Next thing that we can see here is screensaver, and here is it how it looks. So here we can choose customize or just photos, and screensaver is the screen which you can see when your phone is on a charge. So instead of the notification center, you will be able to see clock or photos on your screen. Here we also got more settings: when to start, while charging, while docked, while charging, or docked. So let's move on. Next thing that we got here is a screen resolution. Here is it how it looks. Super definition, more clear is the current one, which is 2800 x 1020/60. We can set the lower one, but it will be more power saving and little bit decrease the quality of the screen. So let's move on. Next thing that we got here is screen refresher rate. So if we will click on it here, as you can see, we got 4 options. First one is Smart Switch, which is automatically switching between 60 and 120 Hz. And then we got Standard and High. Standard one is 60 Hz, High is 120 Hz. And the difference is that bigger the Hertz on your screen is, then more the animations are becoming smoother and just really good to look at. So I can show you the difference. For example, this is the high screen refresh rate and this is the standard. And you can notice that the high one is making the scrolling animation much smoother. So let's switch to the high and move on. Last thing that we got here is visual enhancements. Here is it how it looks, and if we will enable this feature, it will optimize the watching applications, which is YouTube and Netflix, mostly for the movies or any other videos. So let's move on. Next thing that we got here is full screen display of apps. Here is it how it looks, and if you are having any problems with downloaded application that it's not showing in full screen, you will be able to fix this problem exactly here. And now let's move on to the last app here, which is display at the top of the screen. Here is it how it looks, and you got here the following apps have been fitted to display in the top area of the screen, and the following apps have been not fitted. And here, as you can see, we can choose how we would like to see that application if it's not fitting full screen. And this is all of the display settings. I hope this video was helpful and thank you for watching.